Obi-Wan says, hey, I've got to use the escape pod. Got to draw Vader off the trail. Okay, great. So do we know the planet that he landed on to have the face-off with Vader?
They did not say.
Did not say. Okay, I didn't recognize it from a previous movie. Wasn't sure if I was supposed to.
A Google.
There you go. Yeah, we're going to need to Google that one.
I'm on it.
And they have the rematch that we've been waiting for. And I believe earlier you said best lightsaber duel in the last 15 years.
Oh, easy. You want to know the last best lightsaber duel we had, and maybe arguably the best lightsaber duel we've ever had?
Sure.
Episode 3, Obi-Wan, Anakin. It was Mustafar, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, that's number 1. Not even close. The most iconic dialogue in Star Wars history. I hate you! I have the high ground. Don't do it, Anakin. I have
There's
the
a lot
high
better
ground.
dialogue than that. There is.
By the way,
best in the prequels? Maybe.
missed opportunity. Vader lowers him into that cave, and Vader's already been shown to be petty, and that guy doesn't go, I have the high ground.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Blown opportunity.
Loved the duel. Loved the blend of lightsaber skills and force powers. I thought that was glorious because you bring up the duel from episode 3 between Obi-Wan and Anakin. Excuse me. That duel was almost exclusive lightsaber to lightsaber, right? Like there wasn't much in the way of force powers being utilized during that contest. And you know what? If there was, forgive me, it's been a while since I've seen episode 3. What I will say confidently is that relative to this duel, relative to this battle, this was by far the highest amount of force powers being utilized in the midst of a lightsaber duel. Frankly, like I'm thinking more of episode 2, Riley, where Count Dooku and Yoda are having at it. And maybe there's a little bit of that now that I'm just thinking out loud. Episode 3, Yoda and Emperor Palpatine, they certainly utilized a lot of force abilities during their duel. So another good fight scene there. But this was just tremendous. This was raw, right? Like they're chucking freaking mountains at each other.
Causing
huge
earthquakes.
Boulders. Like taking out each other's legs, going for the head.
Right.
When they had the initial force, I'm going to call it arm wrestling contest that Darth Vader won decisively.
Oh, yeah.
Loved, by the way, that he created the pit with the force. That was awesome.
That was sweet.
That was incredible.
Unique.
That was incredible. Outstanding. And then Obi-Wan tops it with, I don't know, about 50 boulders that he's lifting up via the force behind him and just machine gunning Darth Vader with those things. Just boom, 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 just peppering him.
After being buried alive.
Digs deep into the care for Leia. That's his force tap right there. That was awesome. And then slicing off half of the Vader helmet so we can finally see Hayden Christensen under the armor.
It was sweet.
Because for all of the hype of, Hayden Christensen's coming back, it's like, how do you know? It could be anybody in that suit. And that scene right there where you got to clearly recognize, hey, that's the Anakin that we saw in the prequels, that was incredibly worth it. Incredibly worth it. I still don't know if Hayden Christensen was actually the guy in the suit in any of those previous episodes, nor do I care if he was or if he wasn't. If really all they truly brought him back for was that, sweet.
It just reestablished why Obi-Wan is my favorite Jedi.
How can he not be?
Oh my god!
If he's not, you're making stuff up.
It was so cool. That whole fight was just glorious. Mm-hmm. And the way, I mean, and by the way, one of my favorite things Vader's done throughout the show is stopping lightsabers with the Force.
Jeepers.
Is that not the coolest thing ever?
That's really great.
Who needs to block it with another saber
Nobody
when I can
else
just
has done that.
Do it with the Force?
Yep.
Yeah, just, man. I don't know. It really goes to show, too, like, the differences in how they use the Force, too. Because he goes for brute strength.
Yep.
And Obi-Wan, there's a strategy and there's
Yep.
precision to which Force moves he's using.
Right. Darth Vader's trying to overwhelm with the
Right.
sheer weight of his power, and Obi-Wan has enough. And it's a very emotional move. I'm ticked, I'm mad, so all I see is red. I'm just going smash.
Right.
And Obi-Wan has some passion behind it, but it's so much more well controlled and orchestrated that he's able to outmaneuver the forcefulness of Vader's just sheer might and gain the upper hand decisively. Like when he takes Vader down piece by piece, like he starts wrecking the chest piece to slow Vader down.
So cool.
Oh my goodness, that was glorious. He starts chipping away with the different force pushes and rock hits, and then it's the final blow is the saber taking out half of the mask. Awesome. Just a methodical, decisive, and complete W for our guy Obi-Wan.
It was great.
It was incredible. And the voice layover, you mentioned this pre-pod, where we get Hayden Christensen's Anakin Skywalker voice, a little bit of the James Earl Jones mixed in. We're just cutting in and out. That was masterful. That was truly masterful. That was glorious. And on the other side of that conversation or that dialogue is Obi-Wan just distraught, hoping that there's some of his friend left to save. And there's not. Like, Obi-Wan is leaving it open, right, for Anakin to
Come back.
express remorse, to come back. He doesn't have a desire to kill his friend. He never did. And the devastation that he feels at having to, in some ways, relive what he experienced 10 years before on Mustafar, where he's watching Anakin just yell out, "I hate you, I hate you." It was devastating, but in a different way. This time in a way that Obi-Wan isn't going to be crippled
Right.
by it, but he's come to terms with
The
the
reality.
unfortunate, reality of the situation that my dear friend is no more. He's been killed, essentially, by this Darth Vader. You might as well not even use the word or use the name Anakin anymore, which he doesn't, which was such a good touch when he says goodbye, Darth.
It was, yeah.
That was really well done. For all the nits we've been picking, justifiably so, that was really well done. He's not using Anakin anymore. He has come to terms with his friend Anakin is dead. What is left instead is an evil Sith Lord. That was outstanding. That was a big part of the character progression
It was
that
beautiful.
we got to see. That was incredible. Like I'll rewatch that time and time again.